Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason. I'm back with a video after a very long time. It seems like, anyway. I haven't done a video in a few weeks. I've been kind of, I don't know, I guess just lazy doing it, but also been sort of experimenting with the idea of not buying as many records. So far for this month, I've been doing quite well, actually. I haven't bought a single record in April. Maybe I'll do a separate video on this later, just where I'm at, where my head's at right now with collecting. Of course, I have a ton of records already to listen to, and so I've been just trying to do my no vinyl or no buying month in the month of April. We'll see how this goes. Nevertheless, I'm here to do a contest entry. I saw a couple of people do this so far. Mark at Twanger's Turntable and Brian at Embryonic Robot, of course. And so I figured I got to jump on as well. It's for Emma at 8 Vinyl Low, which is a great channel. She decided to just do a contest, I think, because one of her favorite bands, Cheap Trick, happens to be honored, I guess, in the state of Illinois with a Cheap Trick Day, the beginning of April, April Fool's Day of all times. I don't have a lot of Cheap Trick in my collection, actually. Never been a huge fan of Cheap Trick over the years, but always aware of them, obviously, and their power pop kind of style. I only got this one on vinyl, and also, of course, have the Big Black single cover version of He's a Whore, which is a track on this one, in case you hadn't noticed. So, yeah, they Big Black only being a three-piece, so they didn't get the full four members here, but I was trying to figure out who do you think on there is Steve Albini. Yeah, that's him in the middle. And on the back side, of course, they do a cover of Kraftwerk's The Model, which is also pretty cool. And that is Steve Albini. Very young looking there, in case you hadn't guessed. But anyway, enough about Albini. So, got 5 questions here, all related to Cheap Trick, but not Cheap Trick records. And you'll see what I mean in an instant about that. So, number 1 is I Want You to Want Me, an underrated album. I got a bunch in my collection, but I decided to pull this one. Canadian pick, very underground, very unknown, I think. Band out of Montreal, just a two-piece, and now sadly one of those members has passed away, but I think they're still doing some live stuff as well. Talking about Deja Voodoo and Swamp of Love. I've always loved this record, ever since I got it when I was a kid. Came out in '86, got it probably around sometime around then. They ran the garage rock label, Og Music, out of Montreal back in the day. Gerard Van Herk and Tony DeWald. I think it's Tony that passed away. I'm not sure. But yeah, Deja Voodoo, very underrated band, very underproduced album and set of albums by these guys. If you want some stuff that's super, super raw and minimalist, they are a two-piece with not many instruments or strings on the instruments. In the case of Gerard Van Herk's bass guitar, I guess he's only got like 2 strings on that thing. Tony DeWalt got a stripped-down drum kit as well. So yeah, it's just really raw and rugged, kind of rockabilly, psychobilly, I guess you'd call it. Very punk vibes. I'm trying to show you guys how many tracks are on this thing. They're all really short and fun. And yeah, I don't know. It's the kind of thing that just maybe it's really a specific taste, an acquired taste, but I've always dug it. So a record that is never shown in the VC, I don't think, or ever talked about. Deja Voodoo, a legendary band for underground garage punk rock. The Og Records label they ran, started in '82. They're also famous for doing some punk rock barbecues, I think, in Montreal area. That's the vinyl. Number 2, In Color, a visually striking record. Well, this doesn't have a lot of color, but I think it's a really visually striking album cover. Just the red and white really pops. This is Artillery, Danish thrash metal band from the '80s, and I think this was their debut album, Fear of Tomorrow. Really good album, and really cool, killer album cover. Love the drawing style. Totally reminds me of Repo Man, actually, from the '80s, when they had these like alien kind of characters with they were kind of like all highlighted from like nuclear nuclear waste or something. But yeah, definitely pops out. I think that's cool. Striking, visually striking album cover. Surrender is number 3, an album that has grown on you over time. An album and a band or an artist that's grown on me over time. This is the Bjork album that I picked up recently. Classic from her catalog. Actually, one of her most popular records, I think, or most sold. It's 2001's release. What's the name of this album again? It's got all this nice drawings in the inside here too as well. Yeah, my favorite track on this one is The Hidden Place. And the album is called Vespertine. Um, it's also the time when she had the swan dress, I guess, to the Grammys or something, or Oscars. But yeah, I never really dug Bjork back in the day. Her voice kind of was not my cup of tea, but I've come to really appreciate it, and I do love the production on a lot of these records. I've been rocking her debut album a lot this past year as well. So I guess it finally had to happen. Came around. Yeah, really cool, intricate kind of IDM techno production and sounds on this one. I think from Matmos, techno producers. Number 4, Budokan Energy. So let's pick up the energy here. This is a record that definitely will get you moving right from the get-go. Agent Orange's first album, Living in Darkness. Almost an EP. I mean, it's pretty short, but I think some versions add tracks to it. But yeah, you have Too Young to Die, kicks things off with a really wicked guitar riff, and Everything Turns Gray, the cover of Miserlou, and of course Bloodstains, the shouty kind of chorus. Yeah, this album is all about energy, for sure. I think I actually had the Budokan, Live the Budokan record at one point in my collection, a used copy of it. Number 5 is She's Tight, No Skip album. Got a few of those for sure, but I'll go with Dead Kennedys. One of my favorite Dead Kennedys album, actually. Plastic Surgery Disasters. Just have played this to death over the years since I got it as a kid, and I love every song on this one. So, okay, you kick off with Government Flu, Terminal Preppy, Trust Your Mechanic, Well Paid Scientist, Buzz Bomb, Forest Fire, Halloween, Winnipeg Warrior. That's side A. No skips. Side 2, Riot, Bleed For Me, I'm the Owl, which has got a cool groove to it, Dead End, and Moon Over Marin, which is like, their most kind of psychedelic sounding track. Just a wicked album, top to bottom. Dead Kennedys. And then the 6th question is a bonus. It's talk about a story with Cheap Trick. So I don't have any personal story. Well, actually, it's kind of the story I'm going to tell you guys. It's kind of good that I don't have a personal reference to it, because it was almost like a near tragedy, somewhat of a tragedy. It relates to my city that I'm currently in, which is Ottawa. The boys from Illinois were coming up to play a big outdoor festival that I've been to many times. It's kind of gone downhill a little bit over the years, but in 2011, Blues Fest, a multi-day festival, 2 weeks of music, bands, obviously not just blues bands. Cheap Trick were coming up to headline and actually did take the stage in 2011, despite a lot of murky sort of weather calls that day, including one for a severe thunderstorm. So apparently they got on stage about 20 minutes into their set, and just the sky went completely black and dark. It was still kind of evening, like light out. It's in the summer. And wind gusts of almost like 100 kilometers an hour started to happen, almost like a funnel kind of scenario, almost like a mini tornado. The band just totally scrambled to get off the stage, and the entire stage collapsed within about like 20 seconds or something, a couple minutes. Just things popped and it was gone. A couple people got injured for it, and Cheap Trick were not happy about that. Obviously, they're totally disturbed, and they did sue the festival and the technical company that built the stage for millions. I'm not sure what the result of all that lawsuit was. Of course, people thought immediately Cheap Trick would never come back to this town to play, which I wouldn't blame them. But I think they actually did come back the next year. Not for that festival, though, for an indoor gig. So that is a Cheap Trick story that maybe people down south don't know too much about. But you can look it up on the internet, Cheap Trick 2011 Blues Fest, and get all the details there. So congrats to Emma for this kick-ass fun contest. dedicated to Cheap Trick, and I'll see you guys on the next one.